Good evening all, this is Gosala, also known as Marventus, giving you yet another shoutcast from the Bronze League. If you guys have been following along from my previous cast, you'll know that I generally do cast my own games and my own learning experience through the Bronze League. However, some members of the community have been asking me to cast their games, which I do if they're in any way educational, which is the general theme of the channel, to show the learning experience as I go along and also to share some of that with you. So I have here in the top right hand corner Budzogan. Budzogan, the Zerg, the blue Zerg or the purple Zerg, who was sent in this replay in a ZvT matchup against his opponent Toroheart. In the bottom left corner is the red Terran. Now let's take a look at this beginning, both scouting early. And up here we've got Budzogan, whom I will call Bud from now on, at 14 supply, putting down a hatchery, fast expanding as indeed Zerg generally do. And our Terran opponent is just putting down his barracks at 13 supply for him, harassing his the incoming Zerg scout just a little bit. Right, my FPS going down the proverbial toilet right here for some odd reason. Let me see if I can figure out why that is in just a moment. Ah, it's back. Excellent. Alright, let's take a look. Our Zerg has captured, very cunningly captured the gas at the Terran base, stopping the Terran from actually using that gas until he's taken down that, which means he's gonna have to get some Marines out and shoot that down before he can use that gas. So in the meantime, he's limited to a one gas setup. Over here at the Zerg base, just getting his first gas at 17 supply. Spawning pool is up, and we have the second hatchery going up as well. Alright, so far so good. In the middle we have an Overlord hanging out in the middle safe center for the time being. Keep an eye on what's going on. Neither player has currently taken the Zelnaga towers. Alright, let's bring this back down to normal speed, because I think I'll be able to squeeze this into the normal 15-minute YouTube run now at its normal speed. Okay, let's see what we've got here. We have our Zerg Bud having now taken the right hand and left hand Zelnaga towers, knowing perfectly well what's going on in his vicinity. The gas is still up there, being slowly taken down by an SCV, totally hampering our Terran's gas intake ability. So let's take a look at the income tab. We have the red Terran, so far ahead on the mineral count, but pretty much equal on the gas count, both only having one gas fully saturated. And on the income tab we have Bud a little behind, despite having two hatcheries, has not yet managed to catch up because his saturation is not full. So a little bit slow there on the drone development. Which is actually quite normal for Zerg in the Bronze League. Myself, took me ages up until now, really, some good 60 games into my evolution as the Zerg, or morphing, if you would like to call it that. And it's only now that I've managed to get good Zerg production up and running, rather good drone production up and running. Now I will normally go with a 9 Overlord, 12 spawning pool, and 12 gas. And he's got a slightly different build order going on here, and my hatchery generally comes out around about 20-25 supply. So he had a very early hatchery going up here, which can be hit and miss in Bronze League land, because let's face it, you can be up against some really strange opponents. So you do have to scout first before doing that, because occasionally you will get bomb rushed by 50 Marines and whatnot else. So let's see where we are on the unit count. Who's producing what? We have 22 Zerglings and 6 Marines. There are only 6 Marines produced by the Terran. He really is taking it easy over here. Got 3 barracks out, but for some odd reason he's only got 6 Marines. Maybe he's going with them. Here we go, Zerg coming in to do some harassing, but just managed to squeeze in through there where there was no wall off, which is clearly an idiocy. Right, general rule when against Zerg, always wall off the front of the door. That didn't happen here, but not a huge amount of damage done. Right, our Terran opponent has managed to hold his ground reasonably well, despite having rather few units. Let's take a look at the units lost tab. We have the Terran barely losing 2 units there, whereas our Zerg opponent wiped out 21 in the process of carrying out that little exchange. So that wasn't a particularly economical exchange, but it does get better. Let's take a look at our spending. reasonably equal, with the Zerg doing a little bit more spending on units, as we just saw, and back to production. See what we got here. We have a second gas now going up for Bud the Zerg, and a Baneling's nest has come out. Over here we've got an Overlord watching the brush, and saturation is still on the weak side. 2 gas going up here on the second expansion as well, and we've got some Terran coming in for that first salvo. Let's see how this goes. We've got here almost a command group's worth of a Bioball heading this way. Was just spotted here by the Zerg using the Zilnaga tower. Let's see what happens. We have an ambush, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is going to be painful. It's coming in from the left side. The Banelings are coming on the creep, and oh no, oh no, oh no. This looks ugly. And we just have a few Marauders left here. Actually, he's doing a pretty decent job of microing his way around this. I thought this was going to end incredibly ugly, but no, actually he did alright until he stopped running, at which point he suddenly wasn't alright anymore. Let's take a quick look at the units lost over here. Well, now we've got a similar story here. The Zerg is still losing more units in order to keep the attacks at bay, and is spending more resources on that as well. Yeah, that last bit of micro over there by the Terran was really quite excellent. That could have gone, you know, vastly worse. Doing a good job there, doing a good job indeed. Let's get back to production. What is going on? We have a few Marines coming out. We've got tons of Zerglings coming out. Yet another Queen and a Nydus network coming out as well for Bud. Now, I am a huge fan of the Nydus network as of my last 5 or 6 games, really. We have a little foray going on in the middle of the map here. A couple of more orders going down. 2 more heading back homewards over here. Now, as I was saying, the Nydus network. I am starting to enjoy the Nydus network. I didn't used to use it at all, but in the last few games I've been tossing out this Nydus network as a method of breaking into funny corners of the Terran bases when I'm walled off like this, and it's actually been going extremely well. And here we've got Tarrowheart taking his second expansion at 46 supply. Reasonably good on the gas count, mineral count still reasonably high as well. 2 bunkers going down, immediately saturating those with a couple of more orders. And right here in the corner we've got an overhead, and here we are, the Nydus network going up. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, already going directly for the mineral line. What's coming out of here? Will it be Zerglings? Will it be Banelings? It's some Zerglings. Do we see any Banelings? Yes, we see a couple of Banelings coming out. Oh, an entire line of Banelings. Oh, this might be ugly, and it explodes. Oh, the mineral line. Dear God, the mineral line. Everything is dying. It's all dead. SCVs are dying left, right, and everywhere. We have Marines coming in to save the day. And yes, not so bad at all. Not bad at all. Marauders still holding their own, but we've got supply depots disappearing. We have gases disappearing. We've got absolutely no SCVs remaining. It is a mineral line fiasco. And now the Nydus network going down, but that is not a problem because it has done its job. Let's take a look at the income tab. Holy noodle cakes, Batman. We've got the Zerg at almost 900 per minute coming in there on the mineral count, whereas the Terran is now miles behind. We have Bud following up with a Zergling attack, heading south to the secondary base. Is this going to happen? Is it going to end well? We have more orders keeping them at bay. Oh, a bunker has been taken back. That's recovering some minerals there. Rather nice that Terran can do that. And the second one as well, recovering some minerals there as well. So let's see what we've got. Let's take a look at the units tab. We've got 33 Zerglings towards barely a handful of Marauders and Marines. But choosing to go with a very, very Zergling heavy build. There's hardly any other types of units being produced. We have a Spire coming up now, even more Zerglings heading out, and the creep is spreading. Very important, of course, as Zerg to spread the creep. Here we have the second Bioball coming in. It's almost a command group's worth. What's going to go on here? We've got loads of Zerglings with one heroic Queen standing on the front lines. Zerglings coming in. Banelings morphing in the back. Whoa, this Bioball is taking huge amounts of damage. The Banelings were not even needed. And we have a second salvo of Zerglings coming in. We have Marauders dying everywhere. And we have Banelings running in on the creep. Not yet upgraded, so they're not doing the funny crawling, turning round and round thing, but the Marauders are down. One, no, they're all down. There it is. And we still have 5 Banelings, 6 Banelings remaining there. Mineral line intact over here. Basically, that was totally useless for the Terran, frankly. He only took down 1 Queen and lost his entire army. Anything else going on here? We've got a few straggling Marines left remaining. What is going on? Let's take another look at the income tab. The Terran is still at half the Zerg income level. This is looking ugly. Will he be able to recover from this? We've got half a line of Marines. We've got 4 more orders. What do we have coming in from our Zerg opponent? We have a huge amount of Zerglings and Banelings, a new Queen being morphed in to join the one, or to take over for the one that was lost. Production looking solid, yet not exaggerated, and we have some Mutalisks out now with a couple more on the way to do some harassment, as indeed one should when one is a Zerg. Mutalisks rule, I'm sure you'll agree. Right, the control of the Zelnaga towers remains constant, but Bud seems to have lost his guy over here. At this point, perhaps that doesn't even really matter, since there's not really a whole lot our Terran opponent can do. He is limited to mining off basically just the 1 expansion base. 1.5 lines of SCVs have managed to be recovered. What's going on here? We've got a reactor building incredibly slowly, and all he has is these 4 racks, 5 racks, and whatever can come out of that, plus this resource gathering right here. It is looking ugly for our Terran combatant. And we have yet another base being taken here. But yeah, Bud not sitting on the laurels of his victories, continuing to expand as indeed he should while your opponent is down. It makes a massive difference in the end game to continue doing this. And now you see we've got our Terran opponent starting to catch up, because Bud has not been fully concentrating on droning up. So he's not saturated at the main, and he's not saturated at his secondary either. However, considering the army size being what they are, I don't really think that's going to handicap him that much. We have some Mutalisks coming in from the right hand side to do some more harassment. Or are they? They're hanging out there in the corner. Here they come. What do we have here? We've got almost a full saturation of SCVs that are just about to be under an enormous amount of trouble. And here we go. Will they survive? 1 down. 2 down. We have the Marines coming in to try to save the day, chasing down the Mutalisks all the way through. We have a Marauder about to go down. Yes, he's down. He gets sniped. And we have the massive Zerg swarm coming in to follow through. What will happen here? This looks like the end. This looks like the end right here. We've got a planetary fortress going up there trying to do what it can do. Doing an excellent job with the Zerglings. But the Banelings are coming in. Oh dear God, the entire army is toast. And that has got to be GG right there. Right, because what could Tarrowheart possibly do at this point? It has to be over. Oh, he's building, what is he building? He's building a missile turret. Well, that's kind of ballsy. Absolutely no army whatsoever, yet he managed to pop up a missile turret as a last defense. Is the planetary fortress on its last legs? Yes, it is about to go down. We have a few Marines coming in to try to do a final resolution, but no, they don't manage to last at all. We've got a handful of Mutalisks completely wrecking havoc over here. That planetary fortress is going to go down. We have a few more Marines coming in to try something. It's looking like it's not going to be happening. We have a second group of Zerglings coming in as well to finish this off. Those Marines are not going to last. And the planetary fortress is down, and that is the end of that. Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this exhilarating Bronze League cast in our ZvT matchup over here. It's fun to be the Swarm sometimes. This Terran didn't expand at all, as we can see. That is a mistake. Our Zerg opponent doing an excellent job of expanding and controlling the map. That resulted in him having a victory, and there is the GG. Thank you for watching all. There's more to come.